my name is Victoria Ballard. I'm a naturopath. I was an osteopath. I also did applied kinesiology for allergy testing, which was very effective. And prior to that, I was a psychotherapist, and I worked on the counselling side of getting people off pharmaceuticals that weren't working, and doing a detox as well as counselling them. And I got more interested in what the doctors were doing. The doctors were putting people on an elimination diet to find allergies. And they used lamb. They actually used pears as well, which I wouldn't use now because fruit is fattening. This was back in the 80s when there wasn't such an obesity crisis. So they would use lamb, and it was only 2 weeks for the elimination diet, which I don't think is really long enough. But you eliminated all other foods other than the lamb, and then reintroduced foods. And believe it or not, quite a lot of vegetables became evident that they were allergenic. So you can't be, oh, all vegetables are okay, I can eat all vegetables. If you've got allergies, you really should do the elimination diet properly. Now, I propose that if you're happy eating the meat, I've got some here, and this steak, it's not really fatty enough, but it's got some fat on it. I've got some lamb steaks that have got more fat on, and I only pay £2 a steak. So it's affordable, and if you like steak and burgers, without the bun, of course, you can easily do the elimination diet. Do 90 days is what Ken Berry actually recommends. Dr. Ken Berry, he's himself carnivore. And then you can start to introduce the other foods on the carnivore diet, which are, the first would be eggs, I think. Eggs are really, really nutritious, and often, particularly the yolks. If you did react to the eggs, you could separate the whites from the yolks and just have the yolks. And then, of course, fish, that is allowed on the carnivore diet. You might be allergic to some fish, so I do hope you're not, in which case you'd have to stick to the meat. But that's all the meats, not just the lamb and the beef, but pork, chicken, all the different poultry, and eggs. I think you should really persevere, try and get eggs. They're so nutritious. So you could do the elimination diet yourself. You could eat just meat, preferably the ruminants, the beef and the lamb. There's also goat and venison. Venison is not really fatty enough to satisfy you. You might want to spread a little bit of butter on it, or egg yolks. But not many people eat venison. It's quite expensive unless you're actually hunting it yourself. So we would do 90 days. And then if you want to try the eggs, the fish, all fish, especially the oily fish, wild caught salmon, it's not too expensive. It's about £1 for quite a large steak. I'll call it a steak because it's kind of a big piece of salmon. And you can get them wild caught frozen, uh, in sort of separate, they're separately wrapped, and you get 12 for £12, so they're only £1 each. And then, if you really love your vegetables, you could reintroduce the vegetables and see if your weight continues to drop. Because although we were testing for allergies, we found that when allergies were eliminated, weight came off very easily. Allergies are a real source of weight gain. So you could reintroduce your favourite vegetables, keep it high fat like avocados, avocado oil, olive oil, uh, some salad, uh, and hopefully you won't get any reaction to that. Tomatoes are a fruit, they're a little bit on the fattening side if you eat too many, but really you can find out for yourself what you're allergic to, and you may decide that given that on the carnivore diet you lose so much weight and you don't have to fast. I mean, I love fasting, don't get me wrong. I think the benefits of fasting are amazing. But it's difficult to do at the early stages, whereas the carnivore diet is really easy, particularly if you like lots of steak and fish. And I actually love herring, particularly the roll mops or the Polish uh, pickled raw herring. Uh, Really, really good. And sardines, they're so cheap, but get them in brine because the sunflower and safflower oil is not really good for you. And these bad oils are in a lot of processed foods. And you can stay carnivore and you can eat as much as you like. So if you've been dieting for years and years and you're just really sick of feeling hungry and keep putting the weight back on, then carnivore is for you. And if you stay on it for the 90 days, you can then increase the amount of fish and eggs, and you can have some dairy. No milk because it's got lactose in it, which is a sugar and spikes in insulin. So for weight loss, you can have the butter and the cheese. And if you stick to, and you can also have bacon. Don't worry about nitrates. There's a minute amount of nitrates in there, and they are not, it's not harmful. So you get this lovely diet of meat, fish, bacon, eggs, dairy, heavy cream in your coffee you should be able to get away with. If you find when you reintroduce these foods you're still losing weight and you're still getting rid of your symptoms, I have found that on the carnivore diet I got rid of acid reflux, I got rid of constipation, and I slept better. Sleeping has always been a bit of a problem for me, and I found that it's the most ketogenic. You've heard of the ketogenic diet and ketosis, probably. You've probably heard that the brain burns either glucose or ketones, and it performs much better with ketones. And the carnivore diet is the most ketogenic diet because there's no carbs and it's all highly nutritious. So you get all the benefits of ketosis, so your mood should be good, you won't be hungry, and I find it really satisfying and really easy to keep to. You very soon lose cravings for other foods. Just give it the 90 days and just see how you feel after 90 days. Thank you for listening. I do consultations, by the way, so you can email me. It's in the description. Okay, thanks. Bye.